Hello, namaste, and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena, and today I will discuss about what are the stages of effective risk assessment. First of all, we need to understand what is the importance of risk assessment. Risk assessment is very crucial in the field of cybersecurity, and generally if we'll say it is very important for in all the industries until unless we are not able to identify if some kind of uh, attack will happen on our organization, then what will be the damage, and if that damage will occurs, what will be the effect on our company. Okay, whether that's a financial if loss of the company, reputation of the company, or damaging lot many things maybe that disrupt the operation of the company. Okay, so until unless we don't know how valuable our information, how to protect those information from the cyber attackers, and if we are not able to identify if that information will be leaked out or will be in wrong hand, then what will be the damage to our organization. Okay, so risk assessment is for that purpose. And what are the effective stages which we use in the risk assessment? Today I'm just going to discuss in this session. So before we understand about the risk assessment, we need to identify clearly few terms. We need to understand because that's look like those are similar terms. Okay, but there are certain difference between all these three terms, and we really need to understand vulnerabilities. What is vulnerability? Threat and the risk. Okay, for example, here is the network of a company. Okay, and this is the boundary of that companies, and for example there are a different segment in it, and these are different department inside a company. Okay, and those department is having some kind of people are working somewhere. For example, here is a data center. Okay, data center here is the net uh, as sorry, as network which is just connected to the outside network. Okay, and here is the other operational staff. For example, here is the financial team is just sitting, here is the admins of the IT department, here is the sales department. Okay, and here are the some um, uh, person who are just on the customer care. Okay, so there is different department in the organization, and they are just uh, communicating with each other and having the sensitive data on their devices and accessing from the data server. Okay, if we have some kind of vulnerabilities means weakness which hackers, so cyber criminals, can use to perform the attack. Okay, so here is for example, as you can see in this picture, there is just taking the example of the backdoor. Okay, backdoor means hackers can come inside the network. Okay, and can create a way to enter your network and can steal the information, and from that part of the network they can exit. Okay, and whenever they want to, they can enter on your network, or remotely they can control your network which part they want to go. So that's the basic logic of the backdoor. So here is, for example, some weakness exist on your system, and they are having, for example, some backdoor way to enter your system. Okay, that's, for example, say backdoor. So that back existing of backdoor vulnerability that exists, this is the vulnerability. And hackers somehow they just trying to find out, yes, this is the vulnerabilities exist on our system, I will use specific tools to perform the attack on it. So there is using that vulnerability when they are performing some attack, that is the threat to your company, and whatever they want, for example, they steal the information, sensitive information which stored here, that can be say this is for example say financial organization, it can be bank or the credit card department or issuing some loans or maybe some insurance company. So they are having a lot of details of their customer, okay, their partners, they can have details of their partners or they can have the detail of their employees, okay. So all these details which they have, for example the hackers steal the information about the customers details. They just have the account number, credit card numbers, how many what is the loan amount, what is the amount in their credit card, what is the amount in their accounts, how many uh, transactions they have done, a lot of information inside that organization which they steal. And now this is the information, sensitive information in the hacker's hand, okay. Either they can steal on the to the another department or the their competitor or to the on the dark web, they can sell it, or by itself they can use it. So if for example that information what the hackers stolen, if that information leaked out, they just publicly announced, yes, we attacked on that particular, for example ABC bank, okay, and this is the record of their customers and the detailed amount whatever they have, credit card details, all they just having on the internet. So just think for a moment what big damage to that bank. Their customers will not rely on it, and now reputation is totally damaged, and lot many things will happen with that bank, okay. So that is when the we are finding out this is the vulnerability weakness in our system and hackers attacked on it, and that is the damage to our organization. We need to understand this clearly. This is the particular difference between all this, okay. Once we just understand these terms, then we need to find out what are the risk will involve if such kind of attack will happen on our network. This is just one of the example. There can be multiple attack on organization. For example, what are the stages or if we, for effective risk assessment? First of all, you need to identify what data you have, what resources you have. Until as we don't know how to be protect, okay. Make record of all these things, characterize that, mean give the priority to those one, okay. And after giving the priority, you need to identify, yes, this is the most critical data which we need to save, which we need to save at any cost, okay. So the maximum attention will be on that particular part, okay. Then after just categorizing the resources, identifying where that exists, who will be having access right to access those resources, okay. And normal user, how much data they can have access, what if the employees they need not to that information, don't give the right, just you need to identify, yes, this is the critical data, we need to restrict on to access it, limited access, so that they can perform their task on. And then you need to detect different type of vulnerabilities exist. Either just you are using whatsoever the methods you are using, either your in-house team or you are hiring the third party services or third party team to identify the vulnerability exist on your system, okay. After just identifying the vulnerabilities, your focus is, yes, these are the vulnerability exist in our systems and it is exploitable. Hackers can exploit those vulnerability and can attack on our critical data, okay, or attack on our network. If a small weak point will exist on your company, that can be a disaster for your company, okay. And then definitely you need to identify what type of attack will be able to penetrate in our network and can damage to our organization. And if that attack will happen, how much will be the damage to our organization? For example, data uh, uh, has been stolen by the hacker. For example, they just hypothetically they just think, yes, if this attack will happen and that data will be stolen by the attackers, then definitely this is the damage to our organization. And so that just to prior to uh, we can say mitigate those kind of attack, we just put our concentration on protecting our network. Okay, so these are the stages of risk assessment. And follow me on the cybersecurity prism. Get the notification for the next interesting and informative session. Share that session with your friends and group members as well, so that they will be able to understand the difference between the vulnerability, threats, and the risk, and what are the stages you can use to find out the risk assessment. Okay, and just you can think how many industries are there. They are using a lot of information and they are connected over the internet, and they are definitely risk on the risk of different kind of attacks, and they need the manpower, professionals, security warrior, cyber warriors, which you can be the next one. So empower yourself with the skills that is those are demanding in the industries, and save those industries, the companies, organizations, people from the cyber attack. And in the next session I will discuss about what is the weakest link in the cyber security, and you must know who is the or what is the security link that can damage to the organization or the companies most, and why that link is weakest. Namaste, see you in the next session.